So we continue with the moon in the sign of Libra, relationship sign, harmony sign, most of the day until it moves into Scorpio in the evening, 4:44 p.m., moon to Scorpio. Now, the moon in Scorpio is a tougher placement for the moon because the moon is your soft feminine power. It's about how you nurture yourself. It has a lot with your intuition. Moon and Scorpio people are very, very intuitive, but they can tend to be very hard on themselves. They can overanalyze and they can nitpick themselves. So you have to be careful about that kind of energy in the air right now. Remember, we're moving towards a new moon in Scorpio. So the moon continues there on the 18th, and Mercury moves back into the watery sign of Scorpio on Tuesday evening. So psychic energy is going to be running high again as Mercury backs up into the sign of Scorpio again. Placement for Mercury. So one of the things I had written down for Mercury and Scorpio is we're talking about letting go of grudges and forgiveness. And it's like, don't expect an apology. You don't have to get an apology to forgive someone. It doesn't mean that you're all thrilled when you see them and everything's good, but you can do your own personal work to put down the emotional burden. Remember, we're going to get a chance here to move into freedom in this Mercury retrograde as it's going to end in the sign of Sagittarius. So put down the emotional burden anyways, even if you did not get an apology. The load is heavy to carry and you're ready to put it down. Mercury will be in the sign of Scorpio from 11:18 to 12:11. Scorpio new moon. Thursday the 20th at 1:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the moon and the sun are going to be right together because that's what happens in a new moon. They're right on each other, 28 degrees of Scorpio. And Mercury is hanging out there, the planet of communication, also in the sign of Scorpio. It's right there at 28 degrees. It's called Cazimi. It's in the heart of the sun. So there's going to be a lot of themes about communication. But remember, if you think back about the Magician card, it's ruled by Mercury and it's ruled by Scorpio. So let me rephrase that. It's associated with the sign Scorpio, ruled by Mars and Pluto, and it's associated with the sign Gemini, ruled by Mercury. So all that stuff that we say about Mercury retrogrades, about trickster energy and all of that, it's going to be super accentuated on this new moon because of the Cazimi, the together in the heart of 28 degrees of the sun in Scorpio, and the moon's there, right? Lots of water. This is going to be really interesting and definitely, nothing like when something out of the blue comes up and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to buy this. Please don't. If things come up and they're like, it's a deal of the century, please don't. Okay, sort through your feelings. This is a powerful time. You can sort through your thoughts and feelings. You can manifest things. You can ask the universe for what you want. It's a new moon. There's creative energy runs wild. There's lots of sensual energy, but be careful of trickster energy. Now, Uranus, the oh wow planet, is going to be sextiling Neptune also. Uranus is an earth, and Neptune's in water, and that's how we make plants grow, right? Earth and water. So there's a lot of energy there to make things grow. So I'd really be focusing on what you want to grow. Now, the new moon was in the late degrees of Scorpio. So the next day, the sun changes signs to Sagittarius. And so the sun moves into the fun-loving sign of Sagittarius, ruled by the planet Jupiter. But remember, Jupiter's in retrograde. So we want to expand our horizons. Sagittarius is related to higher learning. It's the bigger picture. It's considered like higher law. It rules teachers and higher learning, and it rules foreign travel. So expand your horizons as the sun moves into the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius on November 21st through December 1st. So the weekend, we have Saturday, most of the day, we have the sun or the moon in Sag. So it's kind of a free-spirited kind of weekend. And then it moves into Capricorn on Saturday night, 5:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it stays there all on Sunday, the 23rd. Capricorn has a lot of themes about work, but it also has a lot of themes about family, your long-term standing in the world. So it might be a good time to like have a family meal or visit some family and not just be all work. Okay. Let's roll some dice for this week. Jupiter, Libra, fourth house. Okay, so we know Jupiter's retrograding. It shows up in the sign of Libra, which is a harmonious sign, a relationship sign, a sign of legal matters. And the fourth house is the house of the home. So I think it's just giving me a repetition of what I was feeling about with the Capricorn, the moon in Capricorn on Sunday. Take some time out for your family. Take some time out to nurture yourself. Take time out in the home. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Even when things are hard, keep the generosity flowing. Okay. Now, I have a little pile of cards here. Didn't look at any of these yet. Let's see what we've got here. We start off with the protection card. It says waning crescent. And we've got this girl kind of leaned over there in that little nest. That bird is kind of flying her maybe home. It feels very much like what we rolled here. Fourth house, Libra, helpful friends, harmony, nurturing. We've got the Knight of Bows, the fox. I believe this is the Knight of Wands, which is like Sagittarius energy, fire energy. Now the fox can be sneaky, and we were talking about tricksters, right? So here he is showing up. Now remember, it's just in the fox's nature to be that way, but there some people that is in their nature, and we want to know what we're dealing with. Here's the Nine of Swords, often called the insomnia card. Okay, the swords is all the mind. There's a lot on the mind. Looks a little stressful. And first card just looked like exhaustion. Might have had some troublesome people in your life. Might have had some tricky energy there. And the Nine of Pentacles. Pause and savor the results of your success. Started off with her kind of in this fetal position there and ending with the hammock. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles is when all is well. You can really enjoy and savor what you have. And it looks like maybe you haven't been getting enough rest. Maybe you've had a lot on your mind here with this Knight of Bows, the fox showing up. And so it's asking you to slow down, to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. And it's okay to say no. All right. Libra doesn't always say no. It's okay to say no and take care of yourself, or let a friend help you out here, like this bird here. Okay.